Day 2 on our circular weaving bowls, and I have weaved enough that I am going to measure to see if I have met the 2-inch rule. So if I turn my bowl on the side and I use a ruler, I can see that I have over 2 inches of yarn on the bowl and I'm finished. Some of you might get closer to 2.5, but you want to leave some space at the top or your yarn will just loop right over and fall apart. So I weaved. I have a pretty long tail left. When I am finished, I just went outside this tab. I am going to loop around this same tab. So instead of going in that same direction, I'm going to go backwards and I am going to wrap it around that last tab 2 times. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to knot, a double knot. So this long tail is going to go under my loop that I just made 1 time and pull. And I'm going to do that again. It's going to go under the loop. And I'm going to pull, 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 and tighten it up. And I just made a double knot. So at this point I can trim that tail off. If you have not trimmed any of the other knots that you made, you can trim them. Leave a little bit of room before the knot though, otherwise they can come undone. Now I'm going to try to hide all these knots. Sometimes a pencil works really well to kind of push the yarn in. Some of you might prefer to just do that with your fingernail, pushing them and trying to hide them. Some of them go right in between the cardboard slot, which is really nice. You can just kind of hide them in there. You might see a couple when you're done, but try to hide as many as you can just to make your finished project look a little bit cleaner. Kind of twisting to get that in. And I want to do the same thing on the outside. Just hide any of those messes that you can see. Once you have them hidden fairly well, I am going to make sure I have a messy mat, and you can choose to use crayons or markers to color the bottom and the tabs. So I'm going to go with maybe a combination. On the bottom, you can make a design. You can color it with a solid color. You could make a G. I've got Green Bay colors. Up to you how you want to do it. So I'm going to go with marker maybe. And it's a little tricky because it is 3D. I might just do a design here. Got an X. My cap fell off there. And maybe in between there I'm going to use some crayons and color it with something else. So I'm going to work on that in a little bit. I want to talk about the tabs. Coloring these tabs gets a little tricky. So your bowl can lay on its side fairly easily, and that allows you to color those tabs without trying to hold a marker and color like that. I'm just making sure I have a messy mat underneath so that my table isn't getting super dirty. I like a pattern when I do this, so I'm going to go every other tab is yellow. My whole camera's shaking because my marker is icky and I'm pressing hard. Much better. So messy mat's catching any extra stuff. So I'm going to go around and I'm going to finish my pattern of every other yellow, every other green. In the inside, I also have to flip it over, and I don't have to do the bottom where you wrote your name, but if you give this a little push down, the tabs kind of come out and you can color the opposite side just with a little push down. So when you're finished, the bottom is colored, the tabs on the inside are colored, and the tabs on the outside. So when I come back, I should have those things done.